in this Baku City Circuit pre-season event. We have Tom here already going out on his first lap, his very first lap. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set up my things here so we can see some more stuff on here. If you just bear with me for a second. I think this is it. Alright, let's go on board with him. That sounds weird. Let's remove that, let's try it back on again. This gearbox still sounds weird, so let's try and keep it in this camera angle as we avoid that as I'm trying to introduce you to this circuit. Now this circuit was originally announced back in December of 2013 by the Formula 1 group chef Bernie Ecclestone. And now in 2016 it's become official that we are going to drive this track, and as you can see it's been made and it's on the game and it's everywhere. Now the first season in Talking Real Life Formula 1 was won by Nico Rosberg, and after then it's just been going great. Now, as Tom is about to start his lap, his car is still sounding weird. Now it's just his car that sounds like it's revving all the time, so let's actually try and stay away from his onboard perspective and just focus more on his lap. Now let's see here, as he's about to start it, let's go on board, or not on board, but let's follow him through his first lap here in the pre-season race. So, talking about this circuit mostly, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen down at turn 8 and 9 when you enter the castle section through that very tight left-hander, as it just gets like really tight the more you come into it. We have a lot of 90-degree corners, and we are following on board here. Let's check its first sector time, see what it is. 35.2. Alright. He's following up. You're heading up to the castle section. Now he has a car behind him coming out already, which is, I believe, is Core. Now he was lucky that Core didn't get in his way. As you can see, it still sounds like he's revving all over the place. Very nice through there. Managed to keep it straight. Lost the back end a little bit from what it looked like. Now he's coming down to the end of sector 2 here. With a sector time of 35.2. That must be a glitch because that was just sector 1 time as well. Over the line at 1:39.7. That's not a bad time. Let's see who is on their actual lap here. Wave Intel just put in a pretty nice lap. Let me try and navigate my way to Wave in the Sauber. There he is. He's put in a 1:39.0. Now that's a solid lap. Definitely beats Tom at the moment as he pulls up to the side to make space. Is he on a flying lap? I can't tell. The system is a little bit broken right now, but I'm trying to navigate my way through this. Looks like Nick doesn't look like he's on a flying at the moment. As we see, never miss. Put in a really solid time, you know, almost to back up on Wave's time. His engine is also a bit glitched out. Now, let's follow through here with O. Steven. As he's coming down to end or start his lap, I don't know just yet, we'll figure it out. He put in a 1:41.1, he must have backed off at some point, because that's not a very competent time to be putting in here. As you can see, all the other drivers are putting in much higher times. Scope just finished. Nick is coming across the line to start his lap. Let's ride on board with him throughout his lap. into turn 2. Didn't quite hit the apex, that's going to be not really that great of a run upon the back straight. As he comes on and has a bit of traffic in Joss in front of him, who's just setting his lap. A really nice lap. Just almost beating everyone now. I would predict that Joss is probably going to take pole. I don't know if he's going to win the race. You know, there's obviously a lot of events that could happen during the race, you know, putting people off. Managed to go nicely through there, but still not hitting the apexes quite as he should be doing. A little bit of a cut right there over the curb, loses him just a tiny bit of time as he's going up through the entrance of the castle section. Very nice, not too much pace through there. Didn't really want to get on the gas too early. Try and lose it in there. It's very easy to do. It's coming down towards the end of sector 2. Let's check up on his time. .35.3. Now that's a bit worse than Tom. I think he had a 35.2. So it doesn't look like he's going to beat him, because sector 3, like pretty much for everybody, is all about like straight line speed. You have like one crucial corner, which is the entrance to the long straight, and then really everything else is just straight line speed upon straight line speed. So it... Oh, that glitched. Are we through again? I think we're back on. Just had a short little outage right there. But as I was saying, sector 3 is going to be the same time for almost everybody, or at least around the same time, because it's very much the same thing. It's all about straight line speed, not really much else you got going. He slots in behind Tom at P6, and we still got Joss on top with a lot of time. Nitro also has a glitch. Oh, as he goes into the barrier there, does he lose his front wing? I can't tell. He does. He has lost a tiny part of his front wing on the left side. Now he's going to go back to the pits, get a new front wing fitted, and try and go again. A lot of drivers still in the garage. Wave is on his outlap. Never misses on the outlap. Tom is on outlap. Nick is going again. He did 2 straight rows. 2 straight. He's coming down here as I just clocked through. It's just straight line speed. If you can nail the entrance, you're good. Can he beat Tom? Can he come on top of Tom? Can he go pole? He goes into the pits, even though it looked like his time was about right. But obviously you have to start, if you make it inside the top 10, you have to start on the tire that you qualify your fastest lap on. So you don't want to do too much wear on it by driving another lap on the same set of tires. So everybody's just going one lap back in and back out again on another set of tires. Stim! That is not good. That looks like he went into the barrier. Does he have damage? Looks like he has some front wing damage on the front right. I don't know what happened to his car, but let's try and get another perspective here if we can. He does have damage, just a tiny bit, and he's going to be going back in. Nitro Gash. Sector 1, 35.2. Now that's what about everyone is setting here. Coming down to turn 7 here. Not a very crucial corner, because you don't really have a long run up to the next one. Oh, he goes completely into the barrier. He's lost a bit of front wing, I think. He has. Joss also has the glitch now. Now this is very annoying, because it's just, really loud, and you can't get a true perspective of when they're shifting up and when they're doing their bit. That's why I have some nitro gas there, I believe. Yeah, going slowly. What has happened to him? Oh, he was just letting the cars through. Nice gesture by him. Now here's a guy that doesn't have the glitch. Wave. What can Wave do? Let's look at Wave here. He's on a flying lap. So far looking good. Can he beat yours? He cannot. He cannot, but he can improve upon his own time and bounce further ahead of the rest of the pack. You're still with the glitch. It just sounds awful, doesn't it? It's really bad. Oh, didn't really hit the apex right there on the exit. Sure knows what he's doing. Tom also with the glitch now. I hope it's not gonna be like this throughout the race, because that's gonna be a long sitting to listen to this. We have some really nice laps by everyone put in here. The announcer's sound in the background is almost cleaner than the actual sound. Oh, Steven, on a flying, what can you do? Let's ride on board. .135.3, not really optimal, to say the least, not really optimal. Ah, he could have gotten a lot more exit speed out of that. Going into the castle section here. Oh, he turns in too early. Oh, and it's out. He's out of qualifying. Oh, Steven. He's put in a 141.1. Very disappointing in terms of the rest of the pack. And now he's out. He's not going to improve. And now we have Clyde. Was Clyde on the flying? He was on an outlap, fortunately for him. Do we have anybody in Sector 2 at the moment? Scopefield. Nobody's in Sector 2. I don't know if the incident has been cleared. He is out. Oh, Steven, first man out here in this race weekend, and it's already in qualifying, not looking good. He's not going to be able to improve, and that might be dead last for O Steven. Incident has been cleared as we ride on board with nitro gas. He's got his engine fixed. Didn't really think that was going to happen when you're riding with a Renault engine. As we know, it's very unreliable, as we saw with Daniel Ricciardo in Suzuka in qualifying. His power cut out all of a sudden, and you know, the engines just aren't reliable enough to do stuff with. I have never missed sitting in front of Wave here. Now that cannot be a flying. It's not a flying lap. Clyde, nitro gas is out of the Grand Prix. I missed that completely. I am so sorry. Nitro gas is also out of the Grand Prix. And Core is out. Core. We can't watch that, unfortunately. 3 people are already out, and nitro gas didn't manage to set a time. It's going to be dead last for him. You can avoid getting dead last by just setting a time to spins again just a bit. Follow through with Clyde here. That is 35.4, not really good enough to challenge the top of the pack. 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. 2 people on their outlap, the rest are probably on their laps. As it comes up to the line, it's far away from setting a competent time to beat your Snellermiss and Wave Intel. But he puts one in on its 7th place, right in front of Scopefielder. And just behind Nick. So there is probably improvement to be found. But I don't think he managed to get back in and get another time. So he has to either rely on keeping 8th as it is, as Scopefielder goes 2nd. He is slowing down now. That is highest 8th place. As Stim has issues going around the track. Let's follow on board with Stim. See what he can do. Sap has also crashed out. So we have only 2 riders yet to... Riders, did I just say riders? I meant drivers. Yet to set a time. Now. DeLang is using AI and that's causing his teammates some issues right there. Holy shit. He may have ruined his mate's lap. Not really that good. It's definitely going to be put off. Scope Filder's going slowly. Make space. Stim coming up to the unfortunate section so far. The castle section. Going through there nicely. Not crashing into the barrier as we've seen other people do. Jos! Jos is out. Jos is out. Jos has crashed. Now that's interesting. Let's follow Stim. And we'll jump on board with DeLang to check out his flying lap, as he only relies on 1 lap to get him a nice position. Let's see what he can do. Down turn 20. At 140.1. Now that was very much ruined by his teammate. Locks up. Tries to turn around. Now that is maximally gonna be P9. DeLang is going here. He has the engine glitch. Let's try not ride on board but just ride with him. Sector 1 is gonna be... It's a 1. It's a 35.0 now. That's really good compared to the rest of the field. Sector 2, you gain a lot or you either lose a lot. Let's see if he sticks it into the barrier here. He's through so far, has to negotiate his way through there. Just getting on the edge of the barrier, not really riding it smooth. Sector 2, he has to make a 35.0 or under, otherwise it's not looking too great. He does, 2 35.0s right there, put in by DeLang. It looks like Jos is going to take pole unless DeLang can do a miracle work right here. He goes in and it's 8th place. It looks like it's qualifying over. Let's check. Never Miss is on here. Final lap, and that's, oh my god, Never Miss just manages to scrape onto pole right there at the end, and nobody is going to be able to improve. What about Stim? No, not at all. No chance, son. Now that's qualifying for you. We have Never Miss on pole, following along with Jos and Scope Fielder. As you can see, the guys going crazy on the mic chats right there. Now, obviously, I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm sure it's very interesting. Never Miss, Jos, Scope, Wave, Nick, Tom, Core, DeLang, Clyde, Stim, O'Steven, Sap, and Nitro Gas. As you can see right down the end right there. Wow, DeLang has, I don't even know what S stands for. Like, that's literally how low my safety rating is, because I feel like every time you go on a straight and somebody can come in from the right side and Hail Mary you straight into the side, and you'll get a drive-through penalty or a penalty of some sort because you were just riding on the racing line and doing what you're supposed to be doing, but not apparently in this game. You're supposed to be moving out of the way for people coming in Hail Mary. I'll take a short break. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes when the race starts. formation lap is underway as we join back here with the field. Now, I'm excited to see what Stim can do. He's down the order due to a teammate getting in the way on his flying lap. Let's see if he can make up some positions and never miss putting in that incredible lap time to get pole as yours lines up behind. And I think we're gonna see some good racing? That's what it's called now, guys, racing. Good racing within the top 5 people, or at least top 4. And then at the back, I'm just excited to see what Steven can do after that miserable qualifying with him with nitro gas and sap. 26 laps around this 6.0 kilometer long circuit, or if you'd like to do it in another manner, we can call it the 3.7 mile circuit. The average time around here, I don't know if it includes safety car, but the average time for a full race, which is 52 laps, 51 laps, is around 1 hour and 33 minutes, with an average speed of around 200 kilometers an hour. All that adds up because you got the insanely long back straight. The track includes, how many DRS zones is it? 2. One on the very second long straight you'll encounter on your lap here, and obviously the one on the very, very long back straight. Now, throwback to the Japanese Grand Prix when Sepp went for the overtake on Max and obviously went into the side of him, collided and spun out and went all the way down the field. If you want to try an overtake into what corner is that? That's turn 16, the very final corner before heading onto the straight. Now I would say it would be very brave and almost stupid, because you can just you're gonna get them on the back straight as long as you have a decent exit, because you have so much time. Like the whole of sector 3 consists just of back straights, so you can easily make up an overtake as we get ready for the race start here. And that's never miss. Yours is coming up. Overtake there. Nick. Oh, there's a crash. Who's lost the front wing? I'm trying to look out through the field to see who's lost their front wing. Now that's Tom going up the inside of Nick. He's got the move done. Oh, it looks like there's a crash at the back of the field. Now that's Stim into the barrier, and that's not good for him. Now I want to ride. Oh, Jos! He's lost his front wing. Jos has lost his front wing. And that's not good racing. Going through there. Wave have overtaken the lead from Never Miss. Looks like there's another crash. That's Stim out of the session. Into the barrier from Jos. He's lost another part of his front wing. He's down the order. Nick slides, oh my god, it's a stream. We've watched that crash straight up live. He's into the barrier. He's trying to rejoin very, very dangerously. It's almost like a Max Verstappen on Kimi Räikkönen. Let's see what he can do right here. BWA Clyde. A little bit of a lockup from Nitro Cash. Oh, Steven goes defensive into turn 2 right here. Oh, he slides on the exit right there, BWA, as he was trying not to get caught up in the back of the Nitro Cash going into that corner. We're on board with Core. He with Tom. Tom is coming up on scope. Let's look at this battle for us a little bit. We've got Never Miss. It's coming up on Wave. Now when Nitro Gas and BWA Clyde and Steven reach the castle section, I want to watch that. I want to see if they can keep it calm and keep a manner to themselves when they're going into there. Oh, Steven. Oh, no, he can't. It's into the barrier. Oh, it is behind him. Nitro Gas collided. Nitro Gas, has he lost a bit of his front wing? He has. He has. Some people even put their qualifying laps on the super soft tire. Completely forgot to put in that factor for this race. Nitro Gas is remaining on with a bit of damage. Into turn 1 he goes. He continues, even though he has damage. Never Miss hasn't made the move yet on Wave. Let's watch this battle for a little bit. Never Miss is certainly lining up a move on Wave. It's getting as close as possible so it can be done in the back straight. Battle, as you can look, you can see it right on the left hand side of your screens. You can see that Nitro Gas, BWA Clyde and Sap and O Steven is within a very close range of each other. As we see Never Miss getting really close to Wave right there. A good exit will secure Never Miss the overtake here. Doesn't look like the best of exit, but it's sure to be made up as DRS has been enabled. Oh! Jesus, Never Miss completely bottles it right onto the throttle, and Never Miss is out at this Grand Prix. And that's how Steven going straight through Never Miss. Nick has had some damage and into the pits, I think. BWA. Nitro is very close to O Steven. As we go up here to Tom. Core straight on his rear front wing. Did I just say rear front wing? I meant rear wing. Fastest lap by Jos, as we know he's very capable of doing that. Now, if you guys want to, go ahead and leave your predictions in the comment section right here on the chat. And I'll try and analyze them and give you my predictions for, you know, race winner, fastest lap, and top 3 and whatnot. Feel free to leave comments, as there has been an incident in Sector 1 and I'm just trying to find out who that is. That is Jos. He's gone and done it again. He's into the barrier for the second time. He's lost another bit of his front wing, and that's almost race ruin for Jos. Sorry for that outage. I apologize. Cole. Now, if you can manage to not do and Never Miss on this straight. He's already doing it before they even get to the... Oh! And that's another one into the barrier. 3 people have done that now. 3 people. It's Tom, it's Never Miss, and it's Nick. That... I was not expecting that to be the corner that people would crash. Oh, Steven getting double overtaken by BWA and Nitro Gas. As BWA lines up the move on Nitro Gas to do a double overtake on this straight. Can he do it? Can he do it? No. Nitro Gas covers him off. Going defensive. Oh, Steven lining up a move onto the inside. The PWA cyclist gets scared, runs wide, doesn't get the good exit, and now he's defending, not trying to overtake Nitro Gas in front. Scope Filter has overtaken the lead. Now if you... let's see, who's P2 right here? Oh! Wave almost loses the back end. 3 retirements already, it's guaranteed points for everyone. It does not matter, it's not race season yet. Close battles, down with Sap. Very close, so Stevie Dashi almost runs right into the barrier right there. As Wave has backed off of Scope. Closest racing will be down with Sap and Steven. As Sap is lining up a move onto Steven here. If he can manage to not lose the back end as everybody else has pretty much done. 3 people so far have managed to do it. And Sap is lining up the move, making sure he gets the DRS detection before Steven, because if Steven gets DRS detection for him, he's going to do the cut. He's going into the pits. Steven opens up the pit window. Unless somebody else has already done it. Sap here is left with clear. He's left with the clearer, and he's able to start pushing. It's probably just a glitch, but it doesn't sound like he's revving a lot. Now let's go up on board with the Lang. Three stops, obviously Jos. Nick managed to crash out, but save their car. Jos has done it twice, Nick has done it once, and apparently Jos doesn't feel like he needs to change a front wing. Now let's take a look at that damage, how bad it really is. Doesn't look like that bad. It looks like it's a bit, just a bit, gone off his front wing. Not really gonna do much for him. Sorry for the outage again, guys. Now, Never Miss says, lost control of my car. That's what happened. I hope that won't happen tomorrow. For sure you do, mate. You don't want that to happen tomorrow. That would be very painful. Going on 2 races in a row, I couldn't imagine that. BWA goes into the pit with Wave and Nitro. Scope is leading, breaking away from Core and Wave. Wave is trying to do the undercut. He's got a front wing change to do for himself. As does BWA, it looks like everybody's managed to damage the vehicles. That's Jos making up a couple of places. Now he has already stopped. What tire is Jos on? Jos is on the soft tire. He may be able to run towards the end on this tire. I don't know. I am not working for Pirelli. I'm not into this stuff about that. Now back onto the racing. Sap has gained 7 positions after starting P12. Obviously a couple of them coming with the crashes and the pit stops, but that's still good, as Scope has made up 2. Very impressive. Cole has made up 5. Now, Steven is on the back of PWA Clyde. They came in almost at the same time, very, very close to each other, and now he's on the back of him. PWA managed to get the overtake done on Steven. PWA runs wide. They're coming up towards Nitro Gas, trying to pull off an overtake here. Not really a great exit there for Steven. Oh! Is it 2 people into the barrier? It's Steven and Nitro into the barrier at the same corner. That's frustrating. It looks like we're only gonna be having a couple of finishes today. Steven, I don't know if I didn't see really. I don't know if Nitro Gas went into the barrier and then Steven tried to negotiate Nitro Gas while he crashed. Maybe that's what happened. But if this was the actual season, Steven would have been happy because he has now got more points than Nitro by just crashing out inches later than him. The Lang is closing up to Cole as Jos is closing up to Nick. Let's watch the gap while we're right on board here with the Lang. Very, very intense racing so far, at least through the same corner, which all 5 of our drivers have managed to crash out at the same corner. Whilst another one has crashed out but managed to survive. Nick has gotten very, very lucky right there. As we ride on board with Nick, Jos following up on behind him, looking to do overtake. Scope Fielder, Core Tactics and DeLang and Wave as our top 4. Obviously Scope Fielder, Core Tactics and DeLang still have to make their pit stops. Jos is closing that gap ever so slightly. It's going to be looking for overtake, starting at turn 16 and all the way up to turn 1. That's a lot of turns in a turn span, if you can call it that he has to make up an overtake on Nick. Now, pardon me, I'm just having a bit of a drink every couple of minutes. Stay hydrated and keep my voice fresh. I'm gonna be absolutely screaming next time I see somebody crash out at that corner. Turn 19, it is. That has to have a name. It has to be called Baku's Wall of Champions. That's what I'm calling it. I'm naming it the Baku's Wall of Champions. Let's see. Jos is obviously going to overtake if he can manage to not crash as they both hit the barrier at the exact same time. Doesn't look like there is any damage done at all. Which is nice. But Nick manages. Did he get the DRS? No, Jos got it. But he's got the slipstream. Nick releases the throttle just a bit before he should be doing it. He's trying to gain time and get up on Jos. It looks like Jos is just going to go away in the distance. The Lang is getting ever so closer to Cole, as Scope is just building his lead. He's obviously battling Wave, and might also be battling the line if he can manage to do some good stuff right here. I think Scope, if he doesn't crash out either the turn 8 or turn 19, we're probably going to win this race. It's got a very, very big lead. Now Nick has fallen off Jos, and I think it's game over for the overtake on Jos, the back overtake. Now 5 drivers at the line. That's cool in the pit. Bit of good stuff. Is that front wing change? There is front wing change. That's a glitch. The front wing stayed on, so they pulled it off. Cool. Down in 5th place. Now Scopefielder has one challenger. Wave and Scope battling it out for the race win today. Cole is right behind Nick, as Jos is right on Sap's rear wing. He has to be very, very careful. A bit of desync right there. Now, who do you guys think is going to win this race? I put all my money on Scope. Go ahead, type in a comment. Who do you put your money on? Makes the move on Sap through a very difficult turn, but he's got it done. He's now in front. He's going to try and catch Wave. 12 seconds up. It's funny how we haven't seen anybody crash at the castle section yet. The line into the pits. Cole is on Nick's rear. Nick is catching up to Sap, and it's going to be Cole trying to do it. Can he get the move done? It looks like if he can just manage to get it through this corner, he's in front. Now the line just behind Jos. Now, if he can manage to hang on to Jos, they can go out and try and catch Wave and Scope. Scope is yet to stop. What tire is Scope on? On the Super Soft. That's a very, very long time to be riding on Super Softs. As Cole and Sap touches, Sap goes wide. Is there damage to Cole? So watching here, can he make the move? It's going up the inside. No, sorry, he sticks in behind him. Has to wait for now. The move isn't going to be done before you get out of turn 11. Coming up to turn 7 here. Braking early, getting a good exit. I don't know what you would use that for, because you can't really overtake here into turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, 11, and now 12. Turn 13, 14, and now into turn 15. Cole is waiting, and that's BWA Clyde has crashed. Now where is that? That looks like it was at the castle section. So we're now down to 7 races. Now we are just halfway through the Grand Prix, and that's into the wall of Baku champions. 6 remaining. It's almost like Hunger Games, isn't it, guys? Feels just like it. Nick taking it carefully into the pits right there. Has he lost front wing? He's got 5 seconds stop go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He was taking it slow, but that hasn't worked. And he's not even using the stop go penalty. That's weird. 6 races left. Halfway through the Grand Prix, and we've lost over half of races. Now, De Lange has lost onto yours. As Wave is waiting patiently for this man, Scope, to enter the pits. As you can, if you look closely onto his wheel, you can see it says pit. He's not going. He's stretching this out to do a one-stop. Lost a couple of seconds so far to Wave. Going down to turn 3. Not a lot of racing going on here, as we've got everybody spread out across the track and everybody crashing into the wall of Baku champions at turn 19. Sap, the latest man to concede his race here at this track. Obviously, we had that very controversial crash of O-Steven and Nitro Gas. As I didn't really watch it through, but I think Nitro Gas crashed into the wall of Baku champions, and then O-Steven came along him, had to react to the crash, went away from him, and managed to crash himself. See, Nick is just making it onto the same lap that Scope is about to finish. My money is still on Scope. He's losing time. He's lost a second to Wave this last lap, as Core is catching up to De Lange. Let's keep an eye on that. I was Steven saying he hates the wall. The wall of Baku champions, as we call it here. Somebody's in the pit, it's yours. His second stop. Now, he had a bit of front wing damage. Are they changing it? Now Jos managed to make the move on Nick, and he is still far in front of Nick, as Cole is catching up to De Lange. De Lange is going slowly. What's happening? Does he have damage? He does have a bit of front wing damage right there. Question is Scope coming to the pit? This wheel has said pit on the last 5 laps, and he's lost yet another second to Wave. Now if Wave has to make another stop, what tires is Wave on? He's on the softs. They're going to the end. This is probably gonna cost Scope the race win. My money is now on Wave. It's gonna be very exciting to watch what's gonna happen. I think with the remaining drivers, at least Nick is going to take it very careful through turn 19, going into the wall of Baku champions. Because he's already made it into the World Baku Champions, just managed to make it out just alive. Scope's car past that with a bit of front wing damage, but he managed to stay racing. Now, Core. Close to the line. It's not going to be moved on here. It's with the end of the straight. Locks up a bit. That's a good exit. It's very, very close. Coming down into turn 7. It's over 90 degrees. Now. Or under, sorry, under. The thing is with turn 7, entry speed matters more than exit speed, because you're not going to be pulling off an overtake until you get out of turn 11. It's just going to be you're sticking behind him, you're waiting, so you want the good entry to get as close as possible and manage to put yourself in a nice position so you're not straight up his ass. He cuts the curve a bit right there. Nick almost a minute, or sorry, over a minute behind. Fastest lap is yours at the moment. Might still be able to win this race as Core should have made the overtake on the line but couldn't manage to. Scope yet to pit. Jos with a very, very quick lap. Let's go ahead, look at this, fastest lap. He is 2 seconds quicker than race leader Schofielder. Second quickest car is Nick, which just shows new tires is the thing around here. Scope is losing time. He has 15 seconds. I wish I could jump on to the radio and be like, yo Scope mate, you need a pit. You're running out of time, you're gonna lose the lead, you're gonna lose the race if you don't pit. Pardon me. Tight shifts. Turn 16 here coming up. Can he make the overtake? Scope needs to pit. You are definitely right. Now, actually, oh Steven, I've got a question for you. What happened when you crashed? Were you trying to negotiate the crash of nitro gas, or did you just misjudge what happened and crashed yourself? Scope has pitted. Scope has pitted. Sorry for doing that. Scope has pitted and he's 4 seconds behind. Wave. He lost out the position to Wave because he opted to stay out longer. Now, Cole is lining up an overtake here. Nice exit through there. And he is close. He's getting closer, going on the inside. There's a daring move. Oh, DeLange is moving over. He's doing a Magnussen on Perez, was it? And Vettel and Hamilton in Russia. Runs wide right there. Now, remember, it doesn't really matter because all you want to be as close as possible. Not really a lot of things. A lot of opportunities to overtake here. Coming up towards the castle section. He's making it ever so slightly closer to DeLange, and he's looking for the overtake. He's been behind him within the DRS detection zone, the detection limit for the couple past laps, the past like 3 laps or so. Okay, so you hit the wall because it was too late. You hit the wall because you saw the yellow flag. You were going there, it was too late. You had to do many things, multiple things at the same time. Now the thing is with the Baku Wall of Champions, or turn 19, as we'd call it. It's very. Oh, somebody! Nick is out. He's lost 2. as we were talking about it, just as I said it, he's crashed out at the Baku Wall of Champions. 5 drivers remaining. Another one to concede to the Baku Wall of Champions is Nick L.J. Thompson. Second time he's crashed out. Sorry, no. Second time he's crashed this race, just as Jos. They've both crashed 2 times. Jos has made it both times. Nick has conceded his vehicle, his car, to the Baku World Champions, adding another one onto the great list of drivers that has crashed out there. Pretty much everybody, all 8 people, has ended their careers, ended their mechanics life in the Baku World Champions. And yeah, that's right. Now, Nick has crashed out there 2 times, so well, one of the times he managed to stay alive, get back to the pit, limp whatever was left of his vehicle, get back out on the track, and stay in the race for just a little bit longer to manage to secure P6. As Core is falling a bit off the line, as Scope is edging ever closer to Wave. He runs right, almost hits the wall right there, Core. Now he's going to be off the line, not going to be able to get DRS for the next couple of laps. Oh, he hits the Baku Wall of Champions. Not crashing. Now, 2 seconds behind, he's lost out massively. As Jos can smell him ever so close. Top on board with Scope. It's edging towards him. He is going to go onto Wave. It's going to be a close titanic battle by the 2. Unless one of them manage to end their careers at the Wall of Champions, the Baku Wall of Champions. If you guys have got a name idea for the Baku Wall of Champions, put it in the comments. And I'll try and use that, because Baku World Champions sounds silly. It sounds really silly. Jos is edging closer to Core. Now, with the great technical ability of Jos, he can definitely get really close here, as he's able to narrow his car down through the castle section without touching any barriers. Scope coming onto Wave. Next lap we might see the overtake. As this lap, I think Jos might go on to Core. Now we've got a battle here between DeLang, Core and Jos, and we've got Wave and Scope up the top. Now what tyres are these people on? They are on Scope. No, none of them has to pit anymore unless Wave's doing it. But there you see it, Jos is going and overtaking Core. His fastest lap is 2 seconds faster, a lot faster than Core. Scope with the second fastest, then comes Wave. Then you've got Core and DeLang. Scope is on the edge, on the rear wing and on the back of Wave. Lining it up for a cut back, without it really being a cut back, so let's just call it the cut. Lining it up so we can just get the best exit as possible. I'm going to see another overtake. Like, this is pretty much the only thing that happened is lap 1 we saw a couple of overtakes in corners, but main overtakes have gone on through these straights. Now he's getting close. Wave has changed direction. I don't know if that's a direction change, but Scope has taken the lead off a Wave. It's got much better tires, and I think it's going to be race win for Scope unless he manages to crash out. Just on the back of the line, fresher tires, quicker lap times. It looks like it's gonna be a 1, 2, 3 by Scope, Wave and yours. Maybe Cole might be able to overtake DeLang. DeLang sticks it up the inside. Cole is going into the pit for the last time. Now that's interesting. He has just told everybody, I am going to take P5 for sure. Now, is that all the racing done? We've got all the faster drivers, and they've all passed their opponents. I think this might be it, guys. Sadly, I really think so. Yours hits the wall. Is that damage? Let's try and see if we can get a look. No damage, I don't think so. A Wave is not going to catch Scope. His laps, his tires are 11 laps older, plus they are 2 tire compounds weaker, if that's what you want to call it. DeLang is not going to catch yours, as he's just been overtaken by him, and Cole is not going to catch DeLang. No controversial things between the drivers. It was a very, very clean race, if you can say so, between the drivers in terms of penalties and whatnot. The only real things that had happened this race was the people crashing at the Baku World Champions. Let's just try and stay on board with one of the faster guys. I'm not thinking that Yoss is going to catch up Wave. And I think what we're going to try and do here is look at them as they're approaching World Champions to see if they crash. Lock up right there for DeLang. Thank you, mate, I appreciate that. Looking forward to watching you guys again next week on Melbourne. Sorry, not on, in Melbourne. Doing some hopefully better racing than this, because this has been a straight fest. Overtakes from turn 19 to turn 1. DeLang, World Champions, clean run. Now that's not something you see every day, ladies and gentlemen. People, oh, and he's cut the corner by quite a lot right there. Cole almost loses time, plus he might have a penalty for that. One thing I would like to do is check out the race director real quickly and see 3 seconds for multiple warnings for Cole. Terminal damage. Cole has just got speeding impaired. He did not get anything for that. Massive, massive corner cut. Now, Yoss is catching Wave. Nothing huge. Cole is catching DeLang. But there's too much of a gap for anything to be made of. Now this circuit is, as I said, 6 kilometers long or 3.7 miles. It consists of 20 corners, a castle section, which is pretty much just sector 2, back straights sector 3, and small straights sector 1, which is what I would classify them as. Now, speaking a bit about the reputation and history of this Grand Prix, it's obviously going under the name of the European Grand Prix, and I don't know why they've decided to call it that. Maybe because they weren't allowed to have one in Azerbaijan under the name of Azerbaijan, but they are now calling it a European Grand Prix. Now, European Grand Prix is obviously used to multiply the amount of race circuits per country, as we know by Valencia, going under the name of the European Grand Prix, which was going alongside another Spanish Grand Prix, Barcelona, Catalonia circuit. The same thing with the Nürburgring Ring and the Hockenheim Ring. Those two go in hand together, being called the European Grand Prix. Now, some previous names going under the name of the European Grand Prix is, as I said, Valencia from 2008 to 2012, and we've got the Nürburgring Grand Prix in Germany from 1984 to 2007, and then the European Grand Prix has gone, what's it called, like these recent days, has it just not been until Azerbaijan? I'm not quite sure, as we're just watching yours slowly catch wave and Cole slowly catch the Lang. I am interested to see right here the quickest laps are. We've still got yours with a quick lap. Cole has not been able to do a quick lap, although he has really, really nice tyres to do so. Now Scope is super close, so yours, if he really pushes here the last lap, he's going to be able to put a new fastest lap in. Locking up a bit, as we've seen a lot. As you're in this type of races, you're braking a lot into the corners as you're trying to carry as much speed through the end of the straight into the corner, so you don't really want to brake too early, only really when you are close to someone. I think if we had the full race, yours would definitely caught up to Wave. But Wave hasn't really actually fallen that... Oh, the Lang loses the back end. Really fallen that far off Scope actually, which is quite surprising. Wave, last time through turn 19, the world champions, driving it safe, taking it safe. You don't want to crash out there on your very, very last lap. Wave making it through the Baku Wall of Champions as well. And is yours going to do the same thing, or is he going to take out this car and concede terminal damage? He does make it through. Now to Lang. This is almost the highlight of the race. Can they make it through turn 19, the Baku Wall of Champions? Almost about to touch. He makes it through. Schofield of P1, Wave Intel P2, Jos Heinze P3. Can he make it? He does. De Lang 93 is P4, and if Core Tactics can manage to pull his vehicle just through at the end and secure the race without crashing, he's going to take P5. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It has finished with Scope in P1 looking for a quick... Let me do a quick race debrief as we see them go onto the podium. Let's watch the champagne, do a quick race debrief, and we'll talk from there. Nice character. Champagne, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite disappointed that Codemasters hasn't managed to update or at least insert different types of cutscenes / animations for the end with the champagne. But race debrief. Scope kept out the lead as people kept crashing through the Baku Wall of Champions. Scope really late on the set of tires that he was on, stretched it for about 15 laps, went on to the ultra softs at the end as he was looking clear of Wave as they were about midway through the Grand Prix. He was looking about 20 seconds clear. Wave lost about 5 seconds because his tires were so bad. Wave overtook him through the pit. As Scope came back onto the pit, he managed to re-overtake Wave as Wave's tires were getting older and Scope had the fresh, fastest tires in the Grand Prix. And he managed to take it from there. Jos crashed out twice, survived both times. Nick crashed out twice, survived one of the times. And Jos puts in P1, sorry, not a fastest lap of 1 minute and 41.0. Now that's been it for this time, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me on this lovely evening, watching the Baku City Circuit pre-season race. Now, go ahead, follow me on Twitter at MickSolo44, and also follow the Invictus Racing League at InvictusRL. Check out our website, check out whatever. It's been lovely here this evening, and I am so happy that I had the opportunity to come out here and take the race from this time. Now, I'm going to round off by saying Baku, Wall of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you next week. Same time,